Now, punksters and hardcore dudes out there, I've got a bit of a surprise tonight. Well, a bit of a surprise, bit of a change from what we normally do in the show. I hope you don't mind. I've got Saro and Andrew from a band called Cake or Death. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Just move a wee bit closer so we can get... That's better.
Great.
Cake or Death. I'll just give the listeners a bit of a rundown. I went to a show a few weeks ago now at the Harp at Tempe, and it was a showcase for unsigned bands, is that right?
It was a showcase for Regal Records, but we're not on Regal Records, so I don't know why we were there, but happy accident, I guess.
And I came across Cake or Death, and I was impressed, and I thought, let's get these guys on, let's have a bit of a chat. Now, Cake or Death, what does that mean?
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, all right. The Cake or Death, it's actually a routine from the comedian Eddie Izzard, British comedian, who is probably mine and you want to throw... Yeah, all right, both our favourite comedian. He does this whole bit about the Church of England. Look, to explain how he arrives on the phrase cake or death would take an hour, but yeah, okay. It's just one of his bits. I thought it's quite funny.
Okay.
And one of the funny things about Cake or Death is I used to be in a band called Violent Candy, and it was another duo, and it's interesting how they say that thing, you know, like iron, butterfly, have something hard, something soft. So I've had something aggressive and something, some confectionery. So, yeah.
Because when I first heard Cake or Death, we were talking about it after you guys had finished, and I thought, I didn't know what to make of it. I thought I didn't know if it was a piss take or whether it was just, but I like the idea of the hard and the soft. I hadn't thought of it that way. I was just sort of like cake or die sort of thing, but it's not quite like that, I'm guessing. No.
Yeah, no, it's not. It sounds cool. One of us is cake and one of us is death. That's the shtick that we're going on for now. We don't know which one's which.
Okay, now you mentioned just a few moments ago that you were in a two-piece, and you guys are a two-piece now. Andrew, tell us why the two-piece? Have you looked for other members, or are you just happy keeping it the way it is?
I'm happy the way it is. It gives us a lot of freedom to play out together, and it's also just simply that we've always just been really into all the same music, so we spend all day sitting around in Sarah's attic listening to the same records, so why not start a band? And
so instead of trying to train someone new up, you guys are ready to go.
There's really nothing that nobody else who I can think of that I have that kind of much in common with in terms of music. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you're the guitarist?
Yes.
Yep. Now, give me just a quick rundown of, say, your three favourite guitarists. No order. Just somewhat, or
I
influences.
Guess my three main influences would be Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, and Dexter Romweber.
Who's Dexter Romweber?
He was in a duo, a rock and roll, rockabilly, surf, punk duo called the Flat Duo Jets, who were a big influence on the White Stripes, and Dexter just goes absolutely crazy playing the guitar, and yeah, he's fantastic. He makes they're our main influence, really. It's just two people on the stage, but it sounds like a jumbo.
It certainly does. It certainly does. Now, Sarah, you're drummer, but you just told me earlier a bit of guitarist as well.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I was originally a guitarist, and I was in another two-piece and wasn't a very good guitarist, and I was I went overseas to England, and I got the new, and I'm a bit of a Jack White tragic, so I was listening to the new Dead Weather album when I was in England, and I just thought, and I never really appreciated the drums, about as an instrument, like what they can do. So I heard this album, I thought, and I have a drum kit in my house, so I thought, I'm going to teach myself the drums. So I practiced, and I managed to be able to play them competently. I wouldn't say well, but it kind of... it's really interesting writing songs and singing from behind the drum kit, because instead of writing to melody or in a melodic direction, you're writing in dynamics. So where a lot of bands go into a bridge and a chorus, we do the same thing, but we'll do it quiet or faster, or play with dynamics and speed. And
okay, yep. And were you influenced originally by guitarists, or? Yeah, what made you take up, say, the guitar, for example, or get into what you do?
Well, as I said, I was a big White Stripes fan, and that idea of just really raw, kind of two people on stage, anything goes. And I'm also a big Zeppelin fan, and after that, and that was what influenced me to pick up the guitar. And then as a songwriter, which is kind of the one thing I've done through this time, Bob Dylan, who we both are big fans of. I think he, and just his general approach to music, that kind of never give in to expectations. That was a
What
huge.
expectations?
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
What influenced you when you were growing up,
That's
man?
right. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Like probably I'd like to give some nice answer, but probably Jack White. But that's
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. Okay, you guys have bought a guitar in, and is that called a bongo, by the way? Am I going to say that right? Or is it
No,
a
it's
bongo?
wait, hang on. I've still got the label on because I actually bought
does
this.
too.
I bought this for my 3-year-old brother because he wanted a drum, and then I realised I could actually use it today. And I took it and I said, I'm going to take this to the radio. He said, No, you're not. No, you're not. But I took it anyway because I'm a bastard. It's
Dear, oh
called. Anyway, it's a drum.
It's a drum.
It's
Okay.
made from plantation wood and
Yes,
not rainforest
it's
wood.
very ethically sound.
We're an environmentally conscious band.
Okay, so what's the song called that you're going to play?
I think we're going to start off with Zevden, you saw us play this one. It's How We Talk to Girls,
Okay.
and it's a
Tell me about the song. Just a bit of a 30-second spool.
Okay, well, this song I wrote, it's basically about... It kind of started off as me and my friends hanging out. It's that celebration of kind of really, you know, the alpha male kind of group thing. But then it became this whole reflection on, you know, how you come across lots of roadblocks along the way, and in a sense specifically about relationships, and kind of, you know, there's always one girl you want and it ends up, you know, with your best friend or something like that. But in the end, no matter what happens, it all works out. So, and, you know, whenever I'm feeling... It's a song that makes me feel happy. And there aren't many of those songs anymore.
And it's good fun to play.
It's a fun song.
Sarah writes the lyrics and I generally write the music. Is how we
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
operate.
Do you collaborate with the songs, or does
Yeah.
one come up with the music first and then hands it over to you, or is it do you do it at the same time?
Lots of
sometimes?
it's sort of spontaneous. Like Sorrow, I remember for a song that we'll play later, he came in and said, I've written some words and I need sort of a chord structure and stuff to go along with it. So we worked it out over a few hours, pissing off my neighbours.
Yeah.
Enormously.
It's also often just like about kind of, I want to play a song like this song, like that. Dylan described it as love and theft, where you just kind of take a song and then eventually it just turns into something that is completely your own. But anyway, we'll shut up and play this song.
Okay, it's coming up to 25 minutes to 7. Sarah, would you like to introduce